Back to Good Morning KU. Thank God it's Friday. I'm Will Ricky.
And I'm Courtney Johnson.
Courtney, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing really well. I'm really happy that it's Friday, by the way.
Me too. It's our first Friday back, and I'm very excited.
You got any plans for the weekend?
I plan on watching the basketball game.
Yeah, that's gonna be really exciting.
What do you plan on doing?
I'm probably gonna just stay at home. I got a lot of homework. I'm probably just gonna stay at home, do homework, and then watch the men beat Iowa State.
You're not gonna go to the game?
I mean, I might. I don't know. I've got tickets, and I mean, I should because my camping group drew number. I think it was 24.
That's really good.
I mean, so I might go, but I think they're overloaded on people.
Yeah,
honestly.
all the time.
Yeah, but no. What do you think about this week's game?
I think we have a good chance of beating Iowa State. I mean, with all the stuff that's going on with the boys,
yeah.
It's gonna be a distraction possibly.
That's a huge distraction. I can't believe those reports. I mean, vandalism. Come on, what's going through their heads? If that report is true, I mean, what could go through someone's head to just say, hey, let's go vandalize a piece of property? You know what I mean?
I don't think the boys would do that.
I mean, no, I don't think so either. And I think it's, I think it's huge because if these reports are true, then, you know, we could be down to a 5-man rotation coming in. I mean, this late in the Big 12, it's just horrible. And going into March, that's just, that wouldn't work. Yeah,
the boys are trying to go for their 13th championship for the Big 12.
Oh, yeah. So. And I think we could actually do it. I mean, we got the power and the strength and the chemistry to do it. So I mean, I don't know. I'm really cautious to see where this goes. You know what I mean?
Me too.
But so what else is going on? Oh, the Super Bowl. Who do you got winning the Super Bowl?
I think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
And why do you say that?
It's Tom Brady. He's the best player in the league. You can't just stop him like that.
Yeah, I mean he is the GOAT in football, and that. I'm so sick of him winning too. I mean, he wins all the freaking time. I mean, when's the last time that man didn't win a Super Bowl ring?
Who knows?
I mean, that man's got so many rings, but I really think Matt Ryan and his high-flying Falcon offense will just show up and be ready to play. I mean, he's got Julio Jones, and I mean, I can't think of the name of his other good receiver, but I think Julio Jones being the best receiver in the NFL, I think both him and Matt will show up to play and beat the Patriots. I don't know. We'll see.
You want to put $5 on it?
I mean, I would. 5 or 10.
Okay.
5 or 10, that'd be fun.
We'll
that'd be real fun. So, anything else?
Just catching up on homework. You know, it's like the 3rd week of school, so had a lot of stuff to do when I came back.
Yeah, how are classes going?
They're a little stressful, but I'm a sophomore. Why aren't they? How about your classes?
My classes are going really good. I've got no classes on Friday, which is awesome. That's why I love Friday so much. So after this, I'm probably going to go home and take a fat nap. But my schedule's really good. But yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it'll get better.
Yeah,
it'll get easier with time.
It will.
And that's all for our segment today. And I'll be back with our director, Cal Butcher.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm here with our special guest, Cal Butcher. He's the director of Media Crossroads. So tell me, what is Media Crossroads?
Media Crossroads is kind of a classroom studio. We're sitting in this, studio with 3 cameras, and we have this beautiful set here. We're actually sitting in front of a green wall, but it's a virtual set. But it's a classroom, so all the journalism classes that are in broadcast get to come in here, and we do different shows. We have about 15 to 20 different shows that go on in Media Crossroads. We do other things like LTN interviews. Students can come in and use Media Crossroads, for projects for other classes. We have outside projects where clients even pay us to come in and use our facilities.
So tell us about some of the shows that are on Media Crossroads.
Well, our flagship show is Good Morning KU. And we started Good Morning KU about 4 years ago. And the idea is it's a morning show. It's students just waking up in the morning. What's going on? What's happening in the news? Well, yesterday, KU basketball players got arrested. So let's just talk about that. The idea is that we're not necessarily on television, but we're just in a coffee shop or we're in the underground and we're talking about what's going on. My goal for this is that students in their dorms are waking up at 10 o'clock and they're getting on their computers and they're watching us.
So can anyone join Media Crossroads, or do you just have to be a journalism student?
Good question. Journalism students have to be on it. I teach a class called Journalism 210, Intro to Live Broadcast, and those students have to work shifts, learning how to run all the equipment. They're behind the camera right now, they're on camera right now, they're talking, and they also get to be on camera and try different things. All we ask for volunteers is that you have to be committed to being here for every show.
Okay. So what are some of the things that people do here at Media Crossroads? You mentioned that they're on camera, they're off camera, but what are some of their actual duties?
Well, running a camera means you have to frame the camera, you got to set the white balance, and you have to make sure that our skin tones are perfect and that we're lit correctly. We have one student who's a volunteer right now, and she's running the teleprompter, so that works well. We have students back in our control room right now, and they're controlling the TriCaster, which means they're making all the switches. We have students doing social media. Sometimes they're preparing packages before the show, after the show, all kinds of things.
So you mentioned that you teach a class called 210. What exactly is that on, if it involves Media Crossroads?
Journalism 210, so it's a 200 level class, so it's kind of a beginning class, but it's for anybody who wants to learn video. And for journalism students, every journalism student needs to know how to make a video, whether it's with your phone or with a fancy camera or not. But students in that class get to make 4 different videos as assignments, and they try to teach them all how to use the editors. And then all students have to work on a show or do production for KU Athletics. We get to do all the games for KU and for the Lead Center and for the Dole Institute of Politics.
Okay, so how did you come up with not Good Morning KU, but Media Crossroads? You knew that you needed something for students with broadcast, and they needed to learn other things, but how did you come up with Media Crossroads?
We actually started in the Union. We are now located in Anschutz Library, but when we were in the Union, it just came up that we had an opportunity to have a space in the Union. So it's a partnership between the Union and the J School, and we created a studio not knowing what it was going to be. Media Crossroads means crossroads where things come together. So it's a chance for people to have a story to tell. They can come and tell it here, and we have students who are learning to tell stories. So perfect spot.
Well, thank you for coming and
Yep.
being my interviewee, I should
Your
say.
guest.
My guest. And that's all we have for this segment, and we'll be back with news.
Collins, and this is your Friday Good Morning KU News Update. A man with a machete attacked a French soldier in a shopping mall earlier today in Paris. French police have arrested the man who allegedly yelled Allah Akbar as he tried to stab the French soldier. Authorities are calling this a terrorist attack. The shopping center is near the world-famous Louvre Museum, but there have been no reports of injuries to tourists.
Well, that's very good. Calm has been restored at the University of California at Berkeley after violent protests caused the evacuation of parts of the campus. Now, what began as a peaceful protest on Wednesday turned ugly after mass protesters threw smoke bombs and started fires. The group was protesting a scheduled speech by controversial Breitbart news editor Milo Yiannopoulos. University officials eventually canceled the speech, causing President Trump to threaten to take away federal funding from the school.
That's very interesting. After the cancellation of the speech, Trump posted a tweet that caused quite a response in itself. The tweet threatened to withhold federal funding from the university. However, experts are now saying that this is unlikely, as the President of the United States does not have the power to withhold state or federal money from the institution of higher learning.
Interesting. As the July deadline for the concealed carry exemption comes closer and closer, there is still some confusion as to exactly where Kansas residents will be allowed to carry a concealed weapon. In July of 2013, both cities and universities were granted a 4-year exemption to the Personal and Family Protection Act. This exemption is set to expire this summer. As it stands today, that would affect the KU campus. However, the city of Lawrence passed a resolution declaring the exemption good until January of 2018.
It's a long time.
Very long.
It's a long time. The KU men's basketball team is again in the news, but this time not on the sports page. According to the Kansas City Star, sophomore LaGerald Vick and freshman Josh Jackson are persons of interest in an investigation of vandalism and possible domestic violence. The incident occurred December 9th of last year at the yacht club and involved the damaging of a car in the parking lot.
Now, if those reports do end up being true, I mean, what would go through their mind to do such a thing like that? I mean, that's horrible.
Not basketball.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. Now, despite all the distractions, the team will return to the court tomorrow afternoon as they host the Iowa State Cyclones. After Wednesday's exciting win over Baylor, the Jayhawks now have a one-game lead at the midway point of the season. KU is 8-1 in Big 12 play, and while the Cyclones are in fourth place at 5-4, tip-off is at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon in Allen Fieldhouse.
Yep, be there. And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Stay tuned, and after the break, Dalton will be here with the weather. Thanks for watching.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
I'm Dalton Hoffman, and I'm here for your weekly forecast. Weather headlines today, we're going to be having decreasing clouds, we're going to be having a mild weekend, and we'll be expecting warmer temps throughout the week. And for today's almanac, yesterday's almanac, yesterday we had a high of 34 and a low of 16. We had an average of 41 and 19 on these days, but the record for that was set was back in 1934 with 79 degrees, and then negative 10 for the low. We've had no precipitation on this day yet as of so far. Our hourly planner for this week or for today is going to be at 11 a.m. today. We're going to be at about 30 degrees, 34 degrees about 1. And about at 3 p.m. it'll be 35. So when most of you are getting out of class, it'll be a little bit warmer, but still not good enough for not wearing a coat. But as we go on into the week, you'll see here on this next slide that we'll be having warmer temps. Today, high of 35, mostly sunny, and winds coming out of the north. So it's going to be a little chilly winds, but it's not going to be too bad. Tomorrow, or I guess tonight, I'm sorry, clear skies. High of 20 or low of 21, and southeast winds at 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow we'll be having a high of 48, and it'll be mostly sunny and breezy. Since the game starts at 1 o'clock tomorrow, this will be good for most people to just wear a light coat to the game, and you guys will probably be great coming out. It'll be about 4 o'clock when the game gets out, so I would say that you'd probably be pretty warm if you wore a light coat if you went out for the game. And our 5-day forecast, Friday we're going to be having 35, and then on Saturday we'll be 48, and then Sunday we'll be going to 54 degrees. So on Sunday I would get out and go run for a little while, maybe do a little exercising or something, get yourself active. And then Monday it'll be 60 degrees, but we will be having a 20% chance of rain in the early morning. So if you're going to an 8 a.m. class, maybe take a raincoat. I'm not totally for sure if it will be raining, but it is a slight chance. And on Tuesday, it'll be 58 degrees. Oh, and that is the end of the show. Thank you, guys.